Game. So we all just joined this a couple of minutes late, but fear not, we haven't seen anything too exciting happen just yet. It was a gas first opening here out of our blue template. To the top right hand side, ByuN to kick off game number 1 of this best of 5 final in the Douyu Star Masters. And down to the bottom left is going to be our red Terran player. It is going to be Miso, kind of the underdog here. He went for a Rax Gas and a Reaper Expand to open up with. So Reaper expansion against a fast factory based aggression here out of ByuN with a second gas down. He's making a Hellion, probably a Tech Lab here, and oh no, a Widowmine. So he's going to go Widowmine drop, Hellion towards the front, maybe a follow up with Cloak Banshees is the sort of thing he really likes to do here. So see how this goes in the next few moments. See how much damage ByuN's going to get going for himself. So again, the idea is that ByuN is going to be the aggressor, the defender will be Miso, where Miso is the one who... Well, ByuN is the one who has to get damage done, because he's going to be behind on his command center timing, right? And so if he's behind on his command center, then he is going to have to... if he's behind on his command center, then he has to kind of do some damage to make up for having a later CC. You can see the orbital is already finishing here for Miso, and the command center starts up for ByuN now in the natural, so... Going to be... seeing this starting on up, as you're going to see this Hellion just coming back home actually. Poked across the map, took a bit of damage, comes back home already. Widowmine drop going to come in. Now, one thing ByuN loves to do on this map is he loves to drop in this sort of location here and really just force, if the units have been kept in the main base, it forces a really awkward situation where the Widowmine burrows, and it's very difficult for Miso all of a sudden to move from this location on the right over into location on the left to kind of defend from these Marines, which are going to be looking for damage. So ByuN going to start moving on into position in a moment. Cyclone, though, is going to lock on. Medivac has to boost away from that, and he does get away. He's just going to go full of Reaper, but Reaper pulls back too. ByuN going to be defending, deflected so far. Not going to find much damage just yet. As we're going to see this Medivac just going to be looking to drop down in a couple of moments into the natural once again, and oh, the Cyclone's locked on. ByuN, whoa, actually gets a pretty good connection there on the Widowmine. Not all the Marines get out of the Medivac though, so in the end is a pretty nice cleanup from Miso. Could have been cleaner though, could have been neater. That Widowmine really getting a lot more damage done than he maybe should have, considering Miso's sword there. So a little bit of a mistake. There is the Cloak Banshee follow-up from ByuN. Miso too going to go into a Cloak Banshee at this sort of stage of the game, so going to be seeing this Banshee coming on in towards the main base in just a couple of moments. And looking to see what it can get up to. Going to be coming on in here. I mean, Cloak about to finish, but there's already a Viking. I mean, there's a Cyclone out too, so if Scan's available, which Miso has, this should be a fairly simple turn away. Maybe a little bit of damage done right now. ByuN picks up 2 workers. I mean, Miso is ahead by 6 workers, so ByuN really has to get that if he wants to kind of come back in this. We'll see a Scan just to push the Banshee back. The Cyclone is not in position, though, to really help out with that. As you see, the first Banshee from Miso begin to move across here. Now, ByuN, he himself doesn't really have much anti-air. He does have a Cyclone on the way up, though. So, Cyclone on the way up. Another Scan comes down. Miso takes down first Banshee. Second Banshee on the way over, though. And again, it's going to be Miso's Banshee which hits first. So, let's watch this as it comes in towards the upper right-hand side. And looks to kind of... looks to try and get something done here. So, Banshee going to be moving on in just a couple of moments. And immediately Scan and a Cyclone lock-on, but he moves out of that, so he gets away from the lock-on. He could come in once again. There's actually not a Scan available just yet, as we see a 3rd CC dropping from Miso. Next Banshee from ByuN is going to go into the natural expansion of his opponent, as we see. There's a Scan, there's a lock-on, so Banshee goes down. Not much damage done. Both players just trading workers. I mean, here's the thing, though. Miso's still 9 workers up in this game, so Miso really has held on well so far, and right now he's looking to be the better player over ByuN as he shuts down another Banshee, and I mean, the opening just hasn't worked out for ByuN. He hasn't done the damage he needed, and so he sits behind in this game. Now, Miso has 1 more Banshee still to work with. Cyclone comes forward, going to lock on. Miso needs to realize this. Close up. Oh, he can actually chase the Cyclone. It's going to be a kill, and that's a really nice unit to pick off, because obviously the Vikings are a little bit slower at working their way through a Banshee than the Cyclone is. We're going to see the Scan. He's going to get out of range. It's going to be very close. He just doesn't make it. As we're going to see that Banshee just go down here now. Workers just mine away in the middle line and the gases as well. So workers just mine away over here. We're going to see the second engineering bay just going to be finishing up in a couple of moments. As this Hellion just going to be patrolling backwards and forwards now from ByuN. So Hellion just patrolling. Going to see the CC on the way up from Miso. Reactor going to land on the starport, come up from the starport. So Reactor on the way in the starport. And a couple more racks being added on as well at 3rd CC. Just setting up over here. And yeah, I mean, free CC for Miso, so he's going to set up into this. So same for ByuN. ByuN also adding on his extra production. So I mean, both players all together, or more or less in the same sort of position. We look at the units tab, and we can see there's just like slight advantages here and there for. It's actually pretty even all together. I mean, really just a slight worker lead for Miso is all there is. So pretty even game then. I mean, ByuN starts mining from his third a little bit sooner, not too much of a difference. A couple of tanks just sieging up there, as we do see. Is Raven going to come in from kind of from the right-hand side, and a couple of auto turrets could actually be pretty useful here. Turret gets a bit of damage onto the Raven already. Looks like the Marines are on their way in to try and help out against this. Auto turret's going to come down, 1, 2. And he gets, what, a couple of SCV kills? 2, 3, 4. Well, that's pretty decent. I mean, the Raven's going to die, because there's Vikings available, but I mean, still a couple of SCV kills, just going to put Miso once again a little bit further ahead in terms of the economy. 65 to 60 workers now, and again, just little things like this, they do add up over time. ByuN, though, is actually, okay, ByuN's missing combat shields, but he has a bit of a faster stem. I mean, really, again, I'm looking for differences here, and I'm looking for ways in which these guys are, you know, I'm looking for ways in which these guys can kind of, you know, take advantages over their opponents, but right now there isn't any, so it's kind of just going to come down to whoever is the first to kind of be confident enough to take a little bit of map control, and you can kind of push across and maybe get something done. Now, we are going to see a couple of tanks moving out here from ByuN, and he cleans up that Cyclone pretty swiftly towards the front. I'm going to see this Hellion from ByuN is going to kind of move away off to the right-hand side as well, and come back over towards the center, as the single Reaper from Miso is going to move forwards. I'm just going to patrol. So, Reaper is going to be patrolling, and we're going to see the units collecting together from Miso, and just coming up towards the upper right-hand side. So, I mean, Miso is going to be the first to take map control, and this is what I love in TvT, because I feel as though if you're the player of map control, I say this every TvT I cast, because it really is true, if you're the player of map control, you're the one who's going to be looking to take the fights, you're the one that's positioning better, you're the one that's going to have the upper hand, as we're going to see no combat shields still for ByuN, as we're going to see some tanks dropping off here, no tank shots fired just yet though. As we see, both players have set up a sensor tower in similar positions as well, just looking to try and get an early, you know, an early warning system in place, basically, for any potential, you know, big drops that might be coming in. As we are going to see Miso just backing away now. Scans from both players, the supplies dead even, upgrades dead even. Nothing to split these guys apart from who's going to take the better fight in the near future. ByuN just start +1 vehicle weapon, something Miso currently misses. We also see him a little bit ahead on the 2-2, but nice tank drop off there, and the first tank shots on 2 Marines are fired in this game, and it is going to go the way of Miso, but a very small kind of loss for ByuN. And as everything just collecting together, sensor tower is again up for ByuN back at home. And we'll see a few Marines just left spread out here from Miso as he keeps an eye on what's going on. These few Vikings going to be a little bit annoying. A few Marines do seem to try and fight this, but there's the tanks dropping down, knowing that that's going to be something which Miso will try and chase, at least momentarily, in this game. As Miso's going to fall back, reinforced with a few more tanks and Marines. I say a few, he's got a lot more units back here, which he's not currently using. Nice scan from him just to confirm that his opponent is still in position up here as well. So, yeah, a few is just kind of still sat over here, and just going to be seeing the 4th base building from Miso in location. Now, 4th base from ByuN, well, that's something he doesn't have started just yet, and it starts up now also in location, but a bit behind on that, so that's the one way in which ByuN is maybe kind of a little bit behind Miso. Again, ByuN has the slight favor in upgrades, where he's going to have 2-2 a little bit sooner, he's going to have +1 vehicle weapons a little bit sooner. Still so much so in the TvT just comes down to actual engagements. So it's going to be actually here Miso the first to drop off, and oh, big shots onto a lot of those Marines. And ByuN going to be forced a little bit further back because of that now. You're going to see one tank just left over here. Marines going to have to drop. The tanks actually dropped first now from ByuN, so he gets the first tank shots. He's about to have 2-2. It's not there just yet though. We're going to see Miso continue to fight them. A couple of Vikings coming into play once again, looking to chase a couple of their medevacs away. And ByuN has found himself in a position where he's kind of got his opponent locked down. We're going to see a few of these tanks lift up once again. He will get away from the Vikings. And ByuN going to have to look to reposition once more right now, as we see. I mean, Miso has so much still over here. 2-2's kicked in for ByuN. This is the couple of moments where Miso probably doesn't want to fight until his own 2-2 finishes. It's not far away, like a matter of seconds away, so it's not far. You're going to see ByuN dropping into this sort of location just on the ledge here. You're going to see him actually being pushed forwards, and actually these Marines are in a good position to chase these medevacs. Oh my god, Miso! Well, he's going to split now. He's going to end up fighting these tanks. More reinforcements, though. It's going to turn bad for Miso very quickly here. Without his tanks to reinforce, he needs them in position. He will get them into position right now. Is Scan going to help him to clean some of these up? Nice pickup on one of his tanks at the front there before it goes down. And a duel of Marine tank here between both players. We see a drop over here from Miso. He's kind of F2'd that all the way back home, so that's a little bit of a shame, because Well, he did cancel the 4th base, actually, so that's something he does hold an advantage in right now. Cancels that. Going to send this drop back up into position here, as it looks as though ByuN is on the hunt for it. We're going to see ByuN, though, finds a way in towards the 4th base. Miso is going to be out-positioned here now. Although his 4th base isn't immediately in trouble, I suppose. When you look at this, I mean, the tanks aren't immediately in range just yet. Vikings coming forward once again, and whoa, Miso! That's not what you want to do, I don't think. He's going to go for it, though, and ByuN is going to be the one to back away, so ByuN backs off, and I mean, Marine Count definitely going in favor of ByuN right now in terms of the armies that are here. There's a few more Marines in the back for Miso. He lifts up a few of these tanks once again. Again, just this endless duel of both players. Just, seeing what's going on. I mean, just endless duel of kind of Marine tank on Marine tank. This map really is hard to kind of end TvTs on because it's just so defensive. You see neither player is really kind of attempted to take any sort of major drop into the main and so on, because they just know that generally it's going to be very well protected from their opponents and very easily seen, and it just doesn't generally work out very well. So you kind of have to play the long game, try and break through the middle, try and break the 4th base, and just sort of play the longer game. As you can see, oh, them tanks do not drop in a good position at all here for Miso. Big mistake from him, really overestimating himself there. The Marines, when they can get on top of the tanks so quickly, if they can kill the tanks, it's going to be a fantastic time. And that's going to drop Miso down to 5 tanks against 11. So ByuN going to have a lot more sort of power in position here as he tries to push forwards. And you'll see a big load up. You're going to see this drop just backing away. Or is he going to change things up and go towards that main base here soon? I think he is. As soon as he gets out of range of that scan, he starts to turn in towards the main. Now, there's a few units left back at home from Miso still. A couple of tanks, a few Marines. As we see, ByuN is, he's not seen this. He's about to see it now as the sensor tower starts to come into play. And there we go, the boost forwards. Now, there isn't turrets here, and this is going to be a pretty good siege up position. And what does ByuN do? He's got his tanks loaded, so he'll probably just drop those off over here very shortly, as we're going to see. Well, I mean, the tanks have dropped. There's Marines here. There's going to be some good production killed off by our Terran player Miso, but he's going to lose a lot of these units. A lot of these will just not have a way out, especially with Vikings in the game. It'll be very difficult to move out, unless the tanks drop in from ByuN. He is going to start pushing this back, and you'll see a couple of these tanks just kiting back a little bit further. And Miso, well, again, he's kind of done a bit of damage here, but he's going to lose a lot of these medevacs. He's going to try and get away with these now. He's going to have to try and collect up back together back at home. He didn't really kill too much here. He takes a bit of a supply lead, but I feel as though ByuN just not spending his money. ByuN's also on a 5th base building, as is Miso. Still very evenly matched game, as we see just the one, again, just ByuN slightly ahead on his upgrades in terms of the wet vehicle weapons. Saw his +3 armor a little bit late, but that's about it. As we're going to see another big drop loading up here from Miso. He's just going for these big doom drop sort of things, and I mean, it worked for him. It did okay for him that last time, but he needs to do something a bit better here. ByuN's seen this, and now he's sort of chasing, so Miso needs to try and drop and start sieging up some siege tanks ASAP, because look at the position ByuN's about to get into. He's found this drop trying to happen, and he's just starting to start coming in now. We're going to see Miso starting to split up his Marines. He's got a lot of Marines, though, but can they make it way through to the tank line? It's going to be close. I think Miso might actually make his way to the tank line. It looks as though the tanks are starting to drop, and these medevacs will be chased away. Vikings go down. Another tank here from ByuN will be chased. Tank's going to drop once again, though, to try and protect that tank. Does he get the tank? No. Miso ends up 30 supply down. Didn't look so bad for him, but ByuN has found a way to sort of make things work. He's going to lift up one more tank here as well. We're going to see units still just collecting together from Miso. So all of these units collecting together now. And we're just going to be seeing that 5th base is finishing up from ByuN. We're going to be seeing, in general, a lot of these Marines, tanks, and medevacs joining up for our blue Terran player. And getting ready to go once again. 40 supply lead, and has ByuN finally done it? Has he finally found himself a fight which can give him a decent enough advantage here in game number 1 of this best of 5? Well, maybe. You're going to see these 2 medevacs. They're currently off away over to the left side of the map. So they're off on the way over to the left. We're going to see a few more Marines just coming through the center here, and a few SCVs coming in towards that 5th base. I mean, both players still have good economy, so there's definitely chances for Miso to rebuild if he can defend long enough to get maxed out. So still opportunities here. This drop not going to do too much, though, as this drop is probably not going to do too much either against the planetary. Could maybe drop behind the mineral line. Probably the best thing you can hope for, as we see once again ByuN has found a way to get into a position where his opponent doesn't see things coming. Tanks drop, and now Marine's going to be elevated to the high ground as well. Now Miso's production is camped. There's their Marines going to start unloading behind this mineral line, so Miso's going to have to be dealing with things all over the place now. He's going to see his own tanks dropping in. He's going to start fighting forwards into these tanks. And there's ByuN just lifting, relocating, though. So we see a few of the tanks going down. But again, losing a lot of SCVs to the top side is Miso. He's losing... I think there's another drop, right? Yeah, going in towards the natural expansion. Unsighted so far, so another drop going to be very effective here as You see, ByuN is pushed away. There's a lot of his tanks, but kills off so many workers of his opponent. He actually killed off the starport too, so that's going to be a little bit annoying as these tanks are going to drop off. Hopefully. There we go. And they will clean out these Marines. One tank goes down, so a little bit of damage done. Lifts up once again, has to come over and really has to fight against these Marines over here. Miso is just sending SCVs to mine over here. Oh, Miso, a big mistake. He's still just taking... How many workers has he lost to these Marines? These Marines have so many kills on them. I mean, one of them has 7, one of them has 5. He's killed off so many workers in this location. And ByuN again just has found himself the momentum to get into different locations. Marines and tanks all moving forwards down towards the bottom left. We're going to see this army from Miso thinking about what he wants to do. We're going to see another scan and just going to see a big stim. We're going to see these tanks dropping off and whoa, Marines taking a lot of damage here. Miso's so clumped up, it's just not a good position for him, and ByuN's going to crush this engagement at the end. And that will be ByuN taking game number 1, but a really fun back and forth game. Miso really putting up a fight here against ByuN. Again, not really unexpected, but I think what was unexpected was how good a fight Miso gave in that first game. He really went toe-to-toe with ByuN for the, for the entirety of the game. Just at the very end, ByuN made a couple of moves that gave him that slight advantage, which allowed him to really start picking Miso apart in the last couple of minutes. But really, really, really fun game. Guys, how are you all doing? Welcome to the stream. Thanks so much for joining us. Over 500 of you in here right now. Hello and welcome. If you are tuning in, don't forget to say hello in Twitch chat and let me know how you're doing. And of course, don't forget to hit that follow button as well, if you haven't already, to see when we're live again in the future. And don't forget also, if you do really enjoy the stream, want to help keep me as a full-time streamer, bringing you guys the Douyu Star Masters 3 times a week, the Leifeng Cups, all the other events that I run and cast, then make sure you hit that subscribe button, donation button, or the Patreon button down below the stream if you want to support. And of course, only if you can afford to. But any support is appreciated, and it all does really help out. As we see ByuN and Miso here, entering game number 2. ByuN again, 1-0 up right now in this best of 5. And we're going to be seeing a couple of extra racks coming down from Miso. So, not a couple extra, but 1 extra. So 2 racks in total. 2 racks Reaper play coming in from our Blue Terran player, which is pretty... our Blue Terran player here with the 2 racks is really looking to kind of head into a situation where he's just going to go kind of like 2 racks Reaper, and we'll see kind of how this goes. We'll see how this we'll see how this ends up. So yeah, we're going to be seeing second racks on the way down from Miso. We're going to see that Reaper is starting as well, and yeah, we're just going to be seeing this Reaper kind of coming out and looking to see what's going on. Do I have a GoPro? I don't have a GoPro, but I bought a video camera to vlog with at Home Story Cup and at other events I go to. So that's going to be pretty cool, I think. It's really nice. I love it. It's my best friend lately. I've been using it a lot. Even though I don't have anything to take pictures of, I'll take a picture of the stream right now. This is it. You guys are live on stream. In the photo. Congrats, guys. You're now on my memory card. Big achievement, I assume. 2 racks Reaper then from Miso. And he's actually going to go factory as well. So 2 racks Reaper Hellions, I imagine. Going to be very aggressive from him in the early stages of this game. Now ByuN has gone once again for the kind of the one, the kind of the 1 base play. Very late second gas though, so we'll be expanding fairly swiftly. As he just goes Marine Hellions here, and so he's looking for kind of a Marine Hellion elevator to get some damage done in this early stage of the game. So we're going to see a few Marines popping out. We've got a couple of Reapers over here from Miso as well. There's a couple of Reapers in position from Miso, and you're going to see that Hellion coming up the ramp. Reaper's going to chase that away pretty quickly though. Hellion taking quite a bit of damage as it falls back over to the bottom right hand side of the map here. And yeah, we're just going to be seeing the meal dropping down here from ByuN as well. So meal dropping down from ByuN, we're going to see the command center able to start up very soon from him also. I mean, meal dropping down, not really something for me to comment on, but it is worth mentioning that he's still just, remembering to meal, just in case you think. No, I'm just, one of them things I just say to try and fill a moment or two and I'm trying to think what to say next. There's a CC coming down though from ByuN, and this is going to be interesting because it's a heavy aggressive play from ByuN, but it's into a heavy amount of aggression from Miso, more aggression from Miso even. Medevac and another Hellion on the way. I think Miso has figured this out. Oh no, he hasn't. He's not seen anything, so he's actually just waiting here. And when ByuN attacks, he's going to be in for a big surprise because he is not going to be ready for quite how much is going to be here from Miso. He's going to start unloading. I don't see this being a good end for him as we're going to see these Reapers. Oh, they actually jump back into the high ground, so they take a big shot. They're going to have to work away from on these units from the high ground now. Now they're going to come back down to the low ground. There's a medevac here as well to try and help out. And okay, Miso is going to chase across the map. So this is going to be an interesting scenario. Because there's so many Reapers here, does ByuN have enough to defend? Well, Cyclone's coming out. A Viking has landed on the ground as well. I'm going to see a bunker and a depot coming up too, as we see these Hellions just going to make it back home in time. Hellion's going to delay the CC on the low ground. He might actually be able to kill this CC. I mean, Reapers do a lot of damage, so this CC might be cancelled, which would be a great little thing here for our blue turn players. We see the Cyclone losing the lock-on of one of those Reapers. There's the cancel on the CC, so that's fantastic already. I mean, another Viking going to come in and land. Nice scan up the ramp as well. Going to pick off another worker. Another few units coming in here. Kind of difficult to fight in this sort of position, but it's just kind of picking away from a distance. He's got the medevac for high ground vision and just slowly picking away. His own Viking comes in. It's going to be a bit of an even trade there until the other Viking lifts up into the sky. So actually might be a little bit late on that other Viking. It looks as though one Viking for one Viking there. As there's still these Reapers and Hellions at the front though from Miso. Trying to get some more damage done. Trying to come up this ramp. Oh, he's just grenaded his own units. No, big disaster for Miso. Big misclick. Big mistake. That's not what he wanted to do. And now he maybe actually, ByuN has enough to really push this back. Grenade's going to come down again, so he can't immediately fight into this, but I mean, there's more and more coming up here from ByuN. He is rebuilding that command center as well. And it looks as though Miso will be pushed back, will be slowed down. We do see a Cloak Banshee follow-up from him. The first Banshee about to pop and Cloak on the way up. Now, Miso will take a big advantage in this workers. 32 to 25, and the CC finishing on the natural so much earlier, and on the natural, so no floating involved as well. As we're going to see these Reapers fighting against a tank in the center, which is just looking to push those back now. And it looks as though Miso will just retreat, will pull his units away. So, all said and done, Miso retreats, he pulls back. These couple of tanks going to siege up. Once again, we're going to see another command center here in the main base. Is on the way up, going to finish up momentarily. So another command center finishing up here. These Hellions and Reapers just left in the center, but wow, there's two tanks. This is actually a really kind of powerful counter push here now from ByuN, because Miso, the one thing he doesn't have is a lot of defensive units. I mean, he's got this Banshee to come in and do some damage, and well, he could get a lot done, but does he have enough to really fight against this army at the front? That's what we've got to ask ourselves, and I don't think he does. His tank's out of position right now. These tanks have medevacs to support them from ByuN. Here comes this Banshee into the main base, so I mean, ByuN's going to start taking a lot more damage once again. I mean, immediately he starts to drop down a turret, but he's actually got a scan though, so he can actually fight against this, push it back, and well, there's another Cloak Banshee on this side of the map. A Cyclone, a Viking here for when the scan is available. This is going to be nice, obviously. You should be able to clear this up, and there's the scan coming in. The Banshee going to be chased down, does go down, and I think ByuN just has too many units. So much achieved by Miso in the early stages of this game, but ByuN holds on, and in the end, he's just about able to kind of, well, get enough up to kind of counterattack and put himself in a very good position. As we see, this tank is going to be repositioned slightly. These SCVs going to try and mine, but Miso realizes there's not a lot left. GG, and ByuN going to Ruins of Endian could be our last game of the Douyu Star Masters today. Fear not, in about 3 hours time we'll be live once again with the Team Liquid map contest. We'll go offline until then though, because I want to do a couple things on my computer. And we're going to get some VODs going and stuff like that, because I've been a little bit lazy on the YouTube the last few days, so I need to get back into that. So let's go into this. Let's introduce our players. The bottom left hand side, our blue Terran is going to be ByuN, and he's going to go for the Ripper expand this time around, while Miso will be the one going for the gas racks, second gas as well. Aggressive one base play here out of Miso to begin the game. Now he is not going for a Reaper, he's just going for Marines, so going to be fast, probably Cloak Banshee or so, or maybe a fast Widowmine drop into Cloak Banshee. A few different possibilities here. Lepsid, 1265, 5-month resub. Go and get them SCGI hearts in the chat, please, for Lepsid. And his 5-month resub. Thank you very much once again for the support. Appreciate the continuation. Guys, you're really slow on the SCGI hearts. Is that all the subs asleep or something? Where have you all gone? Spam those SCGI hearts in the chat, please, for Lepsid. Thank you very much, dude. Appreciate it. And welcome back for another month. As we set up into game number 3 of this, again, could be ByuN's 3rd win this week in the Douyu Star Masters. I mean, what a guy. He's already won 6. That could be his 7th win. And again, 7th win in 7 attempts at playing in the competition. Like, that's just crazy. Like, that's literally ridiculous, right? That's literally insane. I just don't even know what to say. 100% win rate in, like, so 7 events must be like, you know, like at least 3 or 4. So let's say 4 probably, because round of 16 he gets a high seed. So 7 events, it's like 28 series he's won without being defeated in the Douyu Summers. It's insane. Like, what if, like, that's just like an average guess, but like it is crazy, really. All right, so Let's see how this goes. Let's see if Miso can get something done with this early pressure. The Widowmine drop is about to load up, head across the map. Now ByuN, he has some Marines and a Hellion already in position. He's got another couple of Marines about to pop. He's not defending the natural, just defending everything, just keeping everything in the main base right now. So looking to just defend the main here in the next few moments as we do see this medevac going to be unloading into the main momentarily. But, I mean, again, Marines and a Hellion in position, so Miso not going to find anywhere to unload. And this is not really going to be a brilliant start for him then, as he goes into a follow-up of a CC and a Viking. And not really too much else. He's got a Cyclone out too, so not really an aggressive follow-up, actually like a defensive follow-up. And, well, he hasn't found them worker kills just yet, so ByuN will be taking kind of a 6-7 worker lead here overall over the next few minutes of the game as he gets his CC, continue to produce workers, while Miso just builds his up still in the main base, still not orbital, and again has to float down to that low ground as well before too much else can happen, as we see once again Miso just pushed away, pushed back, not able to get this damage done, which he is looking for with this aggressive one base opening. Medevac going to be looking to relocate slightly here, as we do have the command center just on the way up, going to be finishing momentarily, so there's that CC finishing up now, and we're just going to be seeing the medevac just going to be chased away by a Viking actually, so a bit of a counter drop from ByuN coming in, and ByuN actually going to get some damage done, like he's getting a few SCV kills, he's going to lose the medevac, he's going to lose these units, but he's picked up a few SCVs, and considering he's already ahead on workers, he gets one more worker there as well at the end, targeting down the low health unit. Considering, at the very end here, I mean, yeah, just at the very end of this, you kind of look at it, it's like, well, ByuN ends up 7 workers ahead, and yet still the CC isn't in position, Third base is also building from ByuN, and, man, this guy's just too good. Oh, no, no, it wasn't 7 workers, he's 14 workers ahead, I misread that. I thought he was, like, I don't know what I read, but, like, he's way more than 7 workers ahead, he's 14 workers ahead. What the hell did I read to get 7 ahead? I've got no idea. ByuN is 15 workers ahead. What on earth? Like, this guy is so good, and especially at TvT, he just seems completely unstoppable. Like, he really seems to know just everything that can happen. He's got really good answers for everything. His counterattacks always seem to do damage. ByuN is just so good. So good. As we're going to see this Viking just moving around over here. We're going to see a couple of tanks, and the Cyclone and the Marines are going to drop across the map. I mean, it's not much Marine support for what is here. We're going to see maybe one Marine unload on the Watchtower. Nope, just looking to see where he wants to go in general. As ByuN begins to set up a couple of tanks defensively. Let's see one Reaper just sat on the one Reaper just sat on the Watchtower. That gets seen down by the Cyclone. This is a Cyclone as a tank. It's actually a tank. So we lots of tanks, but well, this is going to be a disaster surely for me. So Vikings here to turn this away. I mean, Vikings plus the fact that he can just yeah, I just don't think this works out at all. Cyclone coming in and being a bit annoying. Marines are going to force that away though, and I mean, he kills off a depot, and he's going to reposition the tanks. He's actually doing a little bit more than this with this than I really thought he was going to. He's going to see the Vikings once again, just looking to chase. Marines going to turn this army away, though. I'm just going to see that siege tank sieging up on the natural expansion here. The single Viking is still looking to try and see what he can do, just trying to poke forwards, and, well, I mean, Marines pushing forwards. That tank is going to be going down. Oh, just saved. You're in a little bit of trouble, but I think eventually ByuN holds on. He's still like 10 workers ahead, I feel as though ByuN's going to hold on, and then all of a sudden he's going to have like a counter-attack out of nowhere, just because he's going to win. He's going to move forward, he takes down the tank, and medevac also going to fall. I wouldn't mind, he has to be a little bit careful about that. Ooh, nice connection, some good splash damage going down there. Scan to pick that off, and also the medevac going to be pushed away here. So Miso doesn't really find a way back into this game, considering ByuN has 3 CCs now. Where's Miso's advantage at all? He's going to have Stimpack finishing up soon. ByuN has Stim and combat shields. ByuN has, 5 racks against 5 racks to be very soon as well. And with flying tanks now, I think ByuN is going to be able to reposition his units very easily, very ably, to be able to kind of keep on defending against all of this, as we see. A few of these Marines just going to work through these rocks. These rocks are going to go down. And this really is, at this point in time, just gotta be kind of game over, right? Like, ByuN is just so far ahead. We've seen, like, Miso going head-to-head with ByuN, and even when he's, like, even and a little bit ahead himself, ByuN has found a way back into this, so surely this is ByuN's game. I mean, it's not over yet, but it's so difficult to imagine with the way ByuN's been playing that he throws or loses from this sort of position. So, I mean, let's see. Obviously, Miso going to rely on a big drop to get damage done. I mean, he's obviously committing to 2-base play, right? So he's just basically saying, like, if I don't do damage with this attack in the near future, then I'm dead anyways. I'm just going to keep on trying to attack, but Look at ByuN. He's set up like a sensor tower, a row of turrets in the main base. It's almost as though he knows what's going on. I mean, when was the last thing he saw? Like, I guess he saw nothing really recently. And so he's just so well set up to defend against this. Now a third base comes down from Miso, but so late in comparison. The upgrades are kicking in for both players as well, but ByuN's actually going to have +1 armor a little bit sooner. And here we go. I mean, a couple of tanks drop off from ByuN to start defending this. And I mean, the turrets are continuing to pick off the medevacs. And well, there's ByuN just stimming in. And with Combat Shield Series, Marines are more effective. He kills off everything. Miso types out GG. ByuN takes another flawless victory. And the Douyu Star Masters doesn't drop a map on his way to victory here today.